Chosen one, have you felt it? The last few days have carried strange signals, vivid dreams, sudden chills, spunk nights, a pressure in your spirit you can't explain. This is not random. This is preparation. This Saturday, September the 14th, your spiritual ascension will accelerate. What once felt slow will suddenly gain speed. Doors that seemed locked will begin to open. Gifts that were hidden will come alive. Answers that felt delayed will arrive faster than you imagined. Heaven is not just moving you forward. It is lifting you higher. And this acceleration is not meant to overwhelm you, but to position you. So I ask you, will you live this Saturday as if it were ordinary, or will you step into it knowing that heaven has chosen it as the day to accelerate your ascension? Chosen one, there are days that blend into the rhythm of life, where the hours pass without meaning and nothing seems different. But there are also days when heaven itself interrupts time, when a date becomes more than just another mark on the calendar. This Saturday, September 14th, is one of those days. It will be remembered as the Saturday that marked acceleration in your spiritual ascension. Acceleration is not ordinary progress. It is not the steady pace of gradual growth. It is a divine force that takes what would normally take years and compresses it into moments. It is when what seemed blocked suddenly opens. What was slow suddenly gains speed. What was delayed suddenly rushes into the present. And this Saturday, you will witness that divine momentum begin to carry you forward in ways you could never orchestrate on your own. You may have already sensed it. A restlessness deep in your spirit, as if something is shifting beneath the surface. Dreams that carry weight, filled with symbols and meaning you cannot ignore. Physical sensations, chill, bursts of energy, or waves of exhaustion that seem to have no explanation. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. They are heaven's way of telling you, prepare yourself. Acceleration is at hand. This acceleration will not simply affect what is around you, it will transform what is within you. Your heart will burn with renewed passion, your mind will awaken with clarity, and your spirit will feel charged with divine energy. The way you see your past will shift. The way you interpret your present will deepen. And the way you envision your future will expand. In a single day, the Father can realign the direction of an entire lifetime. And this is not just about you as an individual. This Saturday will be a collective marker. Across the world, other chosen ones will feel the same intensity, each in their own way, but all under the same divine movement. Some will feel peace descend like a blanket. Others will weep as if their souls are being washed clean. Others will feel bursts of courage and determination rising within them. And when the stories are shared, they will testify to the same truth. Heaven accelerated us. The Saturday that marks acceleration is not random. It is strategic. The waiting season has prepared you. The delays have built endurance. The prayers you thought went unanswered were, in truth, seeds planted for this moment. And now, suddenly, you will see growth sprouting everywhere at once. What looked like barrenness will become abundance. What felt like silence will become confirmation. What seemed forgotten will become fulfilled. But acceleration also requires readiness. If you resist it, the pace may feel overwhelming. If you surrender to it, the flow will carry you further than you ever imagined. It is like stepping into a river. Fight against the current, and you will tire. Yield to it, and you will be carried swiftly to where you were always meant to go. This Saturday, Heaven is not asking you to strive harder. It is asking you to trust deeper. Chosen one, do not mistake this as hype or exaggeration. This is not a poetic metaphor, it is reality in the spirit. September 14th will mark you. It will accelerate you. It will divide your story into before and after. And I ask you, will you honor this day as sacred, stepping into it with expectation, or will you dismiss it as common and miss the speed heaven is releasing? Because one truth cannot be denied. This Saturday will be remembered not as ordinary, but as the Saturday that marked acceleration in your spiritual ascension. What spiritual ascension accelerated really means. Chosen one, to understand what is happening in this season, you must grasp the depth of what it means to live in accelerated spiritual ascension. This is not just about personal growth, nor is it a poetic phrase meant to inspire. It is a divine reality. It is the Father's decision to shorten processes, to remove delays, and to push you into a level of maturity and revelation far beyond what the natural pace would allow. Spiritual ascension by itself is the upward journey of the soul and spirit into greater intimacy with heaven. It is the unfolding of your true identity, the activation of dormant gifts, the increasing awareness of your divine purpose. It is the steady climb toward becoming who you were always designed to be. But when heaven accelerates that process, it means you are about to experience in days what others may take years to encounter. This acceleration first manifests in understanding. Scriptures you have read countless times will suddenly speak with new life. Words will leap off the page, carrying revelation directly into your heart. What once felt confusing or distant will suddenly become clear. Prophetic impressions will come quickly. Dreams will carry more weight, and your discernment will sharpen like a blade. The Spirit is rewiring your perception so you can see more, know more, and act with greater confidence. Acceleration also manifests in healing. Wounds you thought would take years to process will begin to close rapidly. Forgiveness will come easier. Bitterness will dissolve, and the heaviness of past pain will be lifted. It will not be because you forced yourself to move on, but because heaven is removing the weight you were never meant to carry into this next chapter. The pace quickens because the chains are broken. In your emotions, ascension accelerated means greater sensitivity. You will cry more easily, feel compassion more deeply, and experience joy more intensely. But this sensitivity is not weakness, it is alignment. Heaven is softening your heart so that it can respond instantly to the Spirit's movement. Where hardness once numbed you, tenderness will now awaken you. In your body, this acceleration may feel like restlessness, bursts of energy, or even moments of exhaustion. These are adjustments. Your physical vessel is aligning with the higher vibration of your spirit. It is the sensation of a container being stretched to hold more. Do not fear the shifts. They are proof that something greater is being prepared to flow through you. Most profoundly, acceleration reveals itself in purpose. Dormant gifts awaken. Forgotten dreams reignite. Hidden callings rise to the surface. You will find yourself walking in opportunities you once thought were impossible. Doors will open before you had time to knock. Alignments will happen before you had time to plan. This is because heaven is no longer waiting. The assignment is urgent, and you are ready. But understand this: acceleration is not only privilege, it is responsibility. To ascend quickly means to steward more carefully. The higher you are lifted, the greater the clarity you carry, but also the greater the accountability. This new pace demands focus, discipline, and humility. You are not being elevated for comfort, but for assignment. And yes, acceleration can feel disorienting at first. When what used to be slow suddenly moves quickly, the mind struggles to keep up, but the spirit within you will guide you. The same God who quickens your path will steady your steps. You will not be lost in the speed, you will be strengthened by it. Chosen one, accelerated ascension means you are no longer crawling up the mountain. You are being carried by the wind of heaven. The climb that once felt impossible is now infused with grace. The distance that once looked endless is now shortened. The destiny that once felt delayed is now within reach. And I ask you, will you resist, clinging to the comfort of a slower pace? Or will you embrace the speed, trusting that heaven knows exactly what you are ready for? Because one truth is undeniable. This Saturday, September 14th, you will not just ascend. You will ascend faster, higher, and with more clarity than ever before. Heaven is accelerating your spiritual journey, and nothing will remain the same. Chosen one, before heaven fully manifests acceleration, it always announces it through signs. The Father is faithful to whisper before he thunders, to prepare his children with evidence before the shift becomes undeniable. These signs are not accidents, nor are they coincidences. They are spiritual confirmations that what you have been waiting for is already set in motion. The first signs often appear in the body. You may feel sudden fatigue, as though your physical strength is being drained even after you've rested, or on the opposite end, bursts of energy that make it hard to sit still. Some chosen ones report chills, vibrations, or waves of heat flowing through their bodies at random moments. These sensations are not medical mysteries. They are your body responding to the frequency of your spirit as it aligns with the new. When heaven accelerates, the flesh trembles under the weight of what is happening in the invisible realm. Another sign comes through dreams and visions. Lately, your sleep may have been filled with images too vivid to ignore, perhaps repeating patterns, symbols you don't fully understand, or encounters that feel more real than waking life. And these are not ordinary dreams, they are coded messages from the Spirit. In them, God bypasses the noise of your mind and deposits revelation directly into your spirit. Write them down, honor them. They are blueprints for the days ahead. Your emotions also testify. Tears come suddenly, often without a clear reason. A deep compassion arises in you, as though your heart can feel the weight of the unseen. At other times, you may sense joy bubbling up unexpectedly, or peace descending in the middle of chaos. This emotional intensity is not instability. It is heaven, fine-tuning your soul to resonate with what is coming. Then there are the divine coincidences that are not coincidences at all. Numbers repeating wherever you look, on clocks, receipts, or signs. A song playing at the exact moment you are meditating on something important. A stranger's words aligning perfectly with your private prayers. These are the Father's fingerprints. The universe itself bends to confirm, I am moving. Pay attention. The atmosphere around you shifts too. Rooms feel heavier or lighter than before. Some environments that once felt neutral now seem oppressive, urging you to step out. Others feel charged with peace, like safe havens. This is because your sensitivity is increasing. Your spirit is discerning realms that your natural senses used to overlook. And sometimes the signs come in the form of disruption. A door suddenly closes. A plan unravels overnight. A relationship ends without explanation. At first, this feels like loss, but in truth, it is divine removal. Heaven is clearing away what cannot move with you into the new. God is not punishing you. He is protecting the acceleration. Do not ignore these signs. Too often, chosen ones ask heaven for confirmation, and when it arrives, they dismiss it as coincidence. They cry out for proof, but when the body reacts, the dreams intensify, and the patterns appear, they explain it away. Sensitivity is your responsibility. If you honor the signs, you will move in rhythm with heaven. If you dismiss them, you risk missing the flow. Chosen one, write the signs down. Guard them. Reflect on them. They are not preparing you for a possibility. They are announcing a certainty. The change has already begun. The script has already shifted. The evidence is already manifesting in your reality. And I ask you, will you brush off the signals as random, or will you recognize them as heaven's language? Will you wait for thunder to convince you, or will you heed the whisper that says, the time is now? Because one truth is undeniable. The signs are here. They are announcing that September 14th will not be ordinary. It will be the Saturday where acceleration becomes undeniable, and you will know it by the evidence heaven has already placed around you. Chosen one, when heaven accelerates your ascension, it does not remain in the realm of the invisible. It breaks into every layer of your being, body, mind, and spirit. The transformation is not symbolic, it is tangible. You will feel it, you will know it, and the evidence will mark you in ways you cannot deny. The body is often the first to testify. Many chosen ones already sense the shift through sudden changes in physical rhythm. Some feel unusual fatigue, as if their strength is being drained for no reason. Others experience restless energy, unable to sit still or sleep at their usual pace. There may be chills, vibrations, heat waves, or even pressure in the head, chest, or spine. Do not mistake these symptoms as random. Your body is adjusting to host a greater flow of spiritual energy. Like a vessel stretched to hold new wine, your physical frame is being recalibrated to carry what is being poured into you. The mind undergoes an equally profound shift. Thought patterns that once circled endlessly in fear or doubt begin to break. Old anxieties lose their grip. It feels as though fog is lifting and clarity is arriving. New ideas appear suddenly. Solutions to long-standing problems arise with ease, and spiritual understanding deepens. Where confusion once has lived, vision now takes root. The acceleration quickens your perception, aligning your thoughts with higher truth. It is as though heaven is removing veils from your mind, allowing you to see what was hidden all along. The emotions follow, moving through waves of cleansing. Tears may come without warning, but they will not be tears of despair. They will be tears of release. Fear gives way to courage. Sadness dissolves into joy. Restlessness transforms into peace. The emotional turbulence is not chaos, but calibration. Heaven adjusting the soundtrack of your heart. Many will feel as though a weight they carried for years suddenly lifts, replaced by a lightness that is unmistakable. And at the core, the deepest transformation happens in the spirit. This is where acceleration is most evident. You will sense God's presence more vividly, in prayer, in silence, even in ordinary moments. Dreams will take on new meaning. Visions will flash before your inner eye. Discernment will sharpen until it feels undeniable. You will hunger for the word, not out of obligation, but because it will feel alive in your hands. Worship will carry you into realms you never imagined. Even sitting in stillness will feel heavy with glory. Your spirit will know a portal has opened and you are being drawn into a higher dimension of intimacy and purpose. This impact will not look the same for everyone. Some will be shaken powerfully, as though an electric current runs through their entire being. Others will feel a quiet but undeniable peace, like still waters filling every corner of their soul. Some will receive dreams that confirm their calling. Others will experience healings, physical, emotional, or relational. But whether subtle or dramatic, the truth is the same. Heaven is not only moving around you, but within you. Do not resist this impact. Too many dismiss the signs as stress, coincidence, or imagination. But the chosen know better. These are not random reactions. They are confirmations. They are the evidence that the unseen is becoming seen. Your body, mind, and spirit are not malfunctioning. They are aligning with acceleration. Chosen one, this Saturday, you will not just witness the change. You will feel it coursing through every fiber of your being. You will know in your flesh, in your thoughts, in your soul, and in your spirit that heaven has touched you. And I ask you, will you honor these impacts as holy, or will you treat them as ordinary? Will you surrender to the adjustment, or will you resist the very signs you prayed for? Because one truth is undeniable. On September 14th, the acceleration of your ascension will invade your body, your mind, and your spirit. Nothing within you will remain untouched. How to prepare for the intensity. Chosen one, acceleration is never random. When heaven quickens your path, it also calls you to readiness. This Saturday will not be ordinary. It will carry a spiritual intensity that must be honored, embraced, and stewarded well. If you treat it as common, you risk missing what has been prepared. But if you position yourself with focus and faith, you will experience the fullness of the acceleration. The first step is to prepare your heart. Decide now that this day is not just another Saturday. Set it apart in your spirit. Declare, I am open to receive what heaven is releasing. This act of intention creates a space within you for the divine flow. A prepared heart is like fertile soil. When the seed of acceleration falls, it takes root and grows quickly. The second step is to prepare your body. Your body is the vessel of your spirit, and it must be aligned to sustain the energy that will pour through you. Rest well the night before. Drink water, eat lightly. Avoid excess that drains your strength or dulls your sensitivity. Just as a musician tunes an instrument before the symphony, heaven is asking you to tune your body so that it resonates with the rhythm of acceleration. The third step is to quiet your mind. The noise of the world can drown out the whispers of heaven. Reduce distractions. Limit the flood of useless information. Step away from voices that stir confusion or fear. Create moments of silence. When your mind is uncluttered, you will perceive the subtle movements of the spirit. The acceleration is not always loud. Sometimes it arrives as a whisper that only a still heart can hear. The fourth step is to prepare your spirit. Prayer is not optional in this season. It is essential, but do not complicate it. Even a simple prayer like, "Lord, align me with your will. Make me ready for what you are releasing," opens the heavens over your life. Add gratitude to your prayers. Thank Him for what has already been given. Gratitude is the key that unlocks more. The grateful heart attracts acceleration because it shows heaven that you value what has already been entrusted to you. The fifth step is to set your environment. Atmosphere matters. Choose to spend time in a place that allows you to be sensitive. It could be a quiet room, a natural space outdoors, or wherever you feel most connected to God's presence. Avoid toxic environments filled with distraction or conflict. Surround yourself with peace, because peace amplifies perception. When the environment is aligned, you can receive more clearly. The sixth step is to prepare emotionally. Acceleration brings hidden wounds to the surface for healing. Memories may rise, old pain may resurface. Do not panic. This is not regression. It is release. Be willing to let go. Forgive where you must. Surrender what still weighs on you. The Spirit is lifting burdens so that you can run freely. You cannot enter the speed of heaven carrying the heaviness of yesterday. And finally, the seventh step is to declare with your mouth what you expect. Your words are seeds in the spiritual realm. Speak life over this Saturday. Proclaim, "My ascension will accelerate. My destiny is being fulfilled. I am stepping into the new heaven," responds to agreement. When your words align with what God is already doing, you build a pathway for the promise to manifest. Chosen one, preparation is not about striving harder. It is about honoring what is holy. It is about positioning yourself so that when the wave of acceleration comes, you are not overwhelmed, but carried. And I ask you, will you drift into this Saturday distracted, or will you step into it prepared? Will you treat it like every other day, or will you honor it as the moment heaven has chosen to quicken your path? Because one truth is undeniable. The intensity is coming. Only those who prepare will be able to receive it in fullness and be propelled into the next chapter of destiny. What must be left behind? Chosen one, acceleration is not only about what heaven is bringing into your life, it is also about what heaven is calling you to release. You cannot step into the speed of the Spirit while dragging the weight of the past. To ascend quickly, you must travel light. There are burdens that cannot cross into the new season, chains that cannot survive the fire of acceleration. This Saturday is not only about receiving, it is about letting go. The first burden to release is fear. Fear has paralyzed you long enough. It has whispered lies, convincing you that you are not ready, that you are not worthy, that the promise is for others but not for you. Fear has stolen opportunities and silenced your voice, but acceleration demands courage. You will not feel ready, you will feel called. And when heaven calls, fear has no authority. Let it go. Step forward, trembling if you must, but step forward. The second is guilt and shame. Many chosen ones are still carrying the weight of their past mistakes, replaying failures and punishing themselves for decisions they cannot change. But the blood already covered what you regret. The grace already erased what you condemn. To carry shame into this new season is to walk in chains that heaven already broke. Release it. Your destiny is not defined by who you were, it is defined by who you are becoming. Another burden is toxic relationships and environments. Some people were necessary for a season, but they cannot journey with you into acceleration. Their words diminish you. Their energy drains you. Their vision keeps you small. If you drag them forward, they will anchor you in the past. Letting go is not hatred. It is obedience. Bless them, release them, and step into the company of those aligned with your call. You must also let go of the scarcity mindset. Acceleration does not come to keep you in survival mode. It comes to expand you into abundance. If you cling to the belief that there is not enough, you will resist the flow of blessing heaven intends to release. Begin to think as a son, not as a slave. You are not scraping for crumbs. You are seated at the table. Leave behind every belief that tells you otherwise. Another chain that must fall is the need for control. You have tried to manage every outcome, to plan every step, to protect yourself from uncertainty. But acceleration is not about control. It is about surrender. Heaven will move faster than your logic can comprehend. If you cling to control, you will feel overwhelmed. If you surrender, you will be carried. Release your grip. Let the river of the Spirit take you. Also, let go of old wounds that still shape your identity. Rejection, betrayal, harsh words, failures. All of these have tried to define you, but they are not who you are. They are weights that slow you down. This Saturday, heaven is calling you to lay them down once and for all. Healing may feel uncomfortable, but it will set you free. Finally, abandon doubt and unbelief. This may be the heaviest chain of all. Some of you have waited so long that you no longer truly believe change will come. You hear the promises, but a part of you whispers, "Not for me." Yet heaven cannot accelerate someone who does not believe the journey is possible. Choose faith, even if it feels small, even if it feels fragile, choose it. Let your yes echo louder than your doubt. Chosen one, to release is not to lose, it is to gain speed. The very things you fear leaving behind are the things slowing you down. As you drop them, you will feel lighter, freer, and ready to run. And I ask you, will you cling to the chains of yesterday, or will you let them fall to embrace tomorrow? Will you resist the letting go, or will you trust that heaven knows exactly what must remain and what must go? Because one truth is undeniable. On September 14th, acceleration will not allow you to carry dead weight. If you want to rise higher, you must let go. And the moment you release, you will feel the freedom of destiny reborn. Chosen one, there are ordinary days that fade into memory, and there are extraordinary days that etch themselves into eternity. Saturday, September 14th, will not simply pass, it will mark you. It will be remembered as the day that changed your spiritual speed forever. This is not a poetic exaggeration. It is the truth. Heaven does not waste time, nor does it play with promises. When acceleration comes, it does so with purpose. This Saturday is not about giving you a nice experience to look back on. It is about setting your life on a trajectory that cannot be reversed. You will not walk out of this day the same person you were when you entered it. For some, this change will be subtle but undeniable. A deep peace, a shift in perspective, a steady confidence that feels unshakable. For others, it will be dramatic. Visions, dreams, confirmations, even physical sensations that testify to heaven's touch. But whether quiet or loud, the truth will be the same. Something happened on this day that will divide your life into before and after. The day heaven accelerates you is the day excuses end. No longer will you say, "I'm not ready," because heaven's timing has declared you are. No longer will you say, "Maybe later," because later has become now. No longer will you carry the chains of doubt, fear, or shame, because acceleration has shattered them. On this day, hesitation must bow to destiny. But understand, this is not the finish line. This is the launch pad. What begins on September the 14th will continue unfolding for weeks, months, even years. You will look back and realize that everything changed here. That the opportunities that opened, the revelations that came, the strength that rose, all trace back to this moment. The acceleration is not just for a day, it is for a season. And you will not be the only one. Across the earth, other chosen ones will testify, "I felt it too. I lived it too. I cannot deny what happened that day." The global chorus will confirm that heaven moved in unity, weaving stories together in a tapestry of transformation. This collective witness will strengthen your faith when the enemy tries to convince you otherwise. And when doubts creep in, when life feels heavy again, you will return to this memory. You will whisper to yourself, "That was the day heaven changed my pace. That was the day my speed shifted. That was the day I stepped into a new dimension." This memory will become your anchor, a reminder that you are not who you once were. Chosen one, I ask you now, will you treat this Saturday as ordinary, or will you honor it as holy? Will you walk away unchanged, or will you step boldly into the acceleration that heaven has prepared for you? Because one thing is unshakable. September 14th, 2025 will not simply be remembered as a Saturday. It will be remembered as the Saturday, the day that changed your spiritual speed and set you on a new course of destiny.